Chris, a win's a win, however they come.
Yeah, that was the objective coming into today, and we've got it. And I'm pleased for the players, and most importantly pleased for the supporters, because the players have took a bit, which we understand the nature of whatever division you're in. When we don't get results, you're going to do that, and most importantly, the supporters. I think I've seen a performance today that wasn't a free-flowing one. This was always going to be a tough cup tie, FA Cup third round away from home. A team, obviously, not in form at all, against a team with nothing to lose, and we had everything to lose today. And as you said at the start, we've got the job done.
The attitude, the application was good, though. In the face of they was always going to come at us today, they probably sniffed it. Yeah,
of course it would. I think everybody in the country would have sniffed this. Every expert, every pundit, and a lot of supporters wouldn't have been surprised if we got turned over today. But there was a good attitude about the players. We're a little bit disappointed in the two goals, especially when we went 2-1 up. But I think you've got to give credit, especially for their second goal. It's a great ball in, and when at set pieces you always want to be tight and not give anything away. But sometimes you've got to look at the quality of the delivery in the ball, which was a good one. But to go to the other end straight away and regain the lead, and then really push for a fourth, which we didn't get at the post, and have another couple of opportunities, and always knowing that they said they were going to flood it, chuck people forward and try and take it to extra time. But no real scares really in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and as I said, we've got the job done.
You went with a strong lineup. You had Billy and Jags back on the bench, but still depleted on there. Another youngster in Kieran Gordon having a go.
Yeah, it was good for Kieran to get be involved, but this was a big day for us today because of previous what's happened, and obviously a tough week as well. But this was a big fixture and a big result. It won't feel that to anybody, and hopefully we can build on it. But the consequences of not getting a result today would have really impacted on the group. And as I said, they've took a lot. As I said, still that this group, and still a lot of players there. The majority of them played in the Championship when we went up, and some young players out there as well. And when you don't get results, that does test everybody out. So the challenge was before to obviously, regardless of the performance, was to get a win, which we've done that. And I think we've played okay to well today against, as I said, difficult opponents, tricky opponents, and an extremely tricky tie in the form that we're in, and everything that involves this tie.
Taking into account then the injuries that's still hanging over us. No Ender today, no George today, with the hope of them being fit in the week.
Sorry, Kev. Yeah. No Ender, no George. So we'll see where we are. It's just been an incredible, run that we're having. Obviously, no genius to recognise that it was Jags and Billy who had the virus, and they trained. They trained Friday, they didn't do a lot Thursday, they trained Friday, so, really bench fillers at that. But to have their experience around was important, but, they were never gonna play a huge part on the pitch because of the situation with the virus and what they've had to go through. So they've got through that, so, that they'll be involved during the week, and hopefully we can get some numbers back, because as I said, it is possibly not just me as the Sheffield United manager in my 4.5 years here regarding injuries. I'm scratching my head over 20 years as a manager I've ever had an injury list like this, and the manner of the injuries as well. But you have to battle through it, and we battle through it today. And as I said, I'm pleased for the players because of the situation they're in, and as I said, more importantly, the supporters, because they needed it, and we all needed it, and we've got, as I said, we've got the result.
It's nice to get back on the bus with a victory, with 2 home games coming up in the next 8 days.
Yeah, incredibly tough fixtures back in the Premier League. We're in tomorrow. We'll prepare for Tuesday. I don't know what's going to, obviously, off the back of Spurs not playing, it looks like it in midweek. So that's going to be an incredibly tough game at the weekend. But like I said, onto the next game. And there's no harm in terms of the way we've approached the game and how we've played and winning. There was no downside to that today. Whether he played well or whether he didn't, whether it was a free-flowing performance or whether it wasn't, we really needed that result as much as we've needed a result in possibly any time that I've been here, and we've got it, and hopefully we can move quickly onto it and take that forward with that result.